Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome into Bob Suter's Capital Ice Arena here in Middleton as the Capitals will face off against the Omaha Lancers. It's Youth Hockey Bonanza here at the arena, presented by Pure Hockey. Capitals wearing their white sweaters tonight against the Omaha Lancers wearing their orange sweaters. A nice, sharp uniform for sure on that side. So our pregame coverage will start up here in a moment. I just wanted to get you guys a little bit of where we're at and everything there. We'll be right back. Slam it home. Steele scores!
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? When you see something you want, just keep on climbing. And don't let anything stand in your way. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 48 months on a tough new 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth. Capitals set to face off against the Omaha Lancers here. Night one of a two-game set between these two sides. The only time that these two teams will meet against one another this season. Madison comes in with a record of 7-2, 2-0. Good enough for third place in the Eastern Conference. A three-way tie with Muskegon and Green Bay. Just 1 point back of Youngstown and an extra 3 points back of Dubuque. 4 points total there for the Capitals. On the other side, it's Omaha. Not the greatest start on their side, but it's a new energy with the team as they have a bunch of new guys coming in over the past couple of days, including Cam Van Sickle, not here this weekend, but they just traded for him. That's a little storyline I'll get to later throughout the game. Van Sickle actually was here trying out for the Caps this summer, just didn't make the team. Went up to Alberni Valley in the BCHL, back down in the USHL. Fans might know his name. He played with Green Bay a couple of years back before making his way to Waterloo. Of course, the Capitals with a couple of players that used to play for this Lancers squad. Nate Porter, the newest one, acquired just last week, making his Caps debut. Made it on Friday night against the U17s. Unable to record a point in that game, but one game with the Caps, one game with Omaha this season. Game number 3 for Porter here this season comes tonight as the other former Lancer in the lineup, Ethan Elias. Elias, the captain of the Caps, traded to Madison the summer of 2022. Second full season with the team here for Elias. Will play in game number 130 tomorrow night. It all goes planned there for Elias. As we are just about 7 minutes from puck drop, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups. It's Capitals Hockey live on the Caps Broadcast Network. It's time for your starting lineup presented by Bergstrom Automotive. For the Capitals tonight, it's Jack Brandt, James Hong, and Brendan Lamb up front. On the back end, it's Colton Jameson and Noah Barlagi. And in the goal tonight for Madison, it's Patrice Berzinch. Berzinch comes in with a record of 4-1-0-0 on the season, 161 goals against average and a 948 save percentage on the season. For Omaha, it's the tops up front, Delasala, Stupka, and Kosis. On the back end, it's Kroll and Cheslak. Yegorov in between the pipes for Omaha, 0-1-2-0 record, 374 goals against average, and a save percentage of 908 on the season. Puck drop just right around the corner, right here on Flow Hockey and on the Capitals Broadcast Network on YouTube. Thanks for joining me here on Pregame. Fun night ahead.
Dear First Place, how do you get to the top? When you see something you want, just keep on climbing. And don't let anything stand in your way. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 48 months on a tough new 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Slam it home. Steele scored! Welcome into Bob Suter's Capital Ice Arena here on a Friday night. Youth Hockey Bonanza presented by Pure Hockey as the two teams set to face off, Omaha versus Madison. For Madison, it's a 7-2, 2-0 start. Third place in the Eastern Conference for Omaha, 0-8, 2-0. 2 points to their name, eighth place in the Western Conference. Capitals move right to left across your Flow Hockey screen and across your radio dial if you're listening on the Caps broadcast network via YouTube. We appreciate anyone joining us here tonight. Omaha left to right wearing the orange tops, black and white trim on those. Excellent national anthem tonight, performed by Token Springs Elementary. Tonight's referees as assigned by the United States Hockey League, pardon on that one, Eric Arago and Kyle McCauley. For the linesmen, it's Zach Bennett and Aaron McCrary. A Hockey Friday night here in Middleton. Caps welcoming in the Omaha Lancers for the first time this season. Faced off for a pair of games last year. In those two games, the two teams split. Both teams at the basement of their conference at that point. Omaha in the basement right now in the West, but on the up and up as of late as they chip this one down in deep. I say on the up and up as of late as they face the best team in the league, or one of them to this point, the 10-0 Fargo Force last weekend. Took them to overtime one night. The next night, they ended up losing in regulation, but it was a close one as they bring one off the top. Berzinch with a chance at it, and he does hold on. Excellent chance right away from the Lancers. Just 22 seconds in, the Capitals will change their defensive pair as we're scoreless here at Cap Ice. We'll go through the lineup here shortly for both sides. For Omaha, up front it's De La Salle, Stupka, and Koshis. They got the start tonight for the Lancers and got the start they wanted. Pierre Kusler, Kibioya on line 2, Slice, Elger, and Deputy on the third line, Brady Sheets and Conway on line number 3. Keeney and Cowan on the extra forward duty tonight. 14-5 the ratio for the Lancers tonight. Almost a deadly pass there as Henry tried to feed it over to Michaud. As it goes down to the corner, Michaud sends it down where Delaney tries after it. Instead, it comes right back to neutral ice. Charlie Michaud goes back. He scored last Saturday against the NTDP U18 squad. Is Omaha coming out quick here tonight, and this is exactly what you want to see on the road as Delaney feeds it over to the near side. A little bit too quick on the play where Kuzma and Bernovic as they'll switch and come back the other way on the stick of a Lancer just 1 minute in. Chip down into the near side corner as Elias leaves it there for Kuzma. Kuzma, the only Capital in the lineup tonight, wearing that neck guard. Of course, we took a moment of silence pregame in honor of Adam Johnson. You'll start to see those more and more throughout, and I know that there's a big effort not only here but throughout the league to get those mandated and get players' safety more than anything. Break down in the near side corner, feeds it up top for Felicio. Far side for Elias. Elias has it roll off the stick, slides, bodies him into the wall. No call, but the Caps keep possession. Brink thought about feeding it towards the middle for Nagel. Instead feeds it down low for Rollers, but it turns over, and it's Omaha coming back the other way. On the stick that time of Cheslock. He'll play a lot tonight. Fans get used to hearing that name. With 5 defensemen, they're going to have to rely on their captain, Chase Cheslock. Of course, serves as that with the C on his chest. On at the other end, it's Elias who has the C for the Caps into the offensive end via Max Nagel. Backhands it towards the middle. Aiden Long a little too late for it. Rings it around the wall. Nagel waits for it on that far side. Gets it up top for Toby. Toby towards the net, goes wide the whole way. Up the near side wall, Omaha able to exit the zone as it's on the stick of Cooper Conway, recently activated off of the IR. Feeding it out front. Puck still sits there. Berzinch going from his left to his right as Omaha trying to answer and get one quick. Another shot. Jones sends one blocked along the way. Another shot coming from up top. That's off the stick of Kroll. Caps able to control over to the far side, but Omaha takes it back. Jones, shot, kicked up into the netting by goaltender Patrick Berzinch as we get whistle number 1. And it's a great time to take a look at our goaltending matchup brought to you by MadCapsHockey.com. MadCapsHockey.com, your one-stop shop for all things Capitals. Patrick Berzinch in goal for the Caps. 4-1, 0-0 on the year, 161 goals against, 948 save percentage to his name, one of the best goaltenders in the league statistically. On the other side, it's Mikhail Yegorov, as Yegorov with a 0-1, 2-0 record to his name, 374 goals against average and a 908 save percentage. A shot from Jones, kick to the far side point by Berzinch as the second shot goes wide and into the corner as Noah Barlagi tries to get it up the near side wall. Instead, it caroms over to the far side where Gavin Eulenkamp can bring forward through neutral ice. Ahead for Long. Rice leaves there for a moment. It comes up to the point. It's actually Porter in there with him, the extra forward. Played with Omaha earlier this season as an affiliate. Caps acquired him just a couple of weeks ago. Made his Caps debut
I can't hear anything.
last week at the national team program as it comes up the near side. Sent all the way down in. Henry will spin back as Omaha making a couple of changes. Caps able to take advantage of that and bring it into the offensive zone. Henry backhands it out that far side wall as in the far side corner on possession there are the Lancers, but the Capitals get it right back. A shot coming off the stick of Brendan Lamb finds the body of a Lancer, and Omaha comes back the other way. Deep inside the zone, it's Stupka. On possession, relays it along to the far side now. Awaiting for it is De La Sala. De La Sala, 4 points in 6 games since joining this squad. Shot blocked along the way. De La Sala regains for this Lancer squad. Cheslock at the point, looking for options. Funnels one towards the net. It gets blocked right away by Brandt. Rebound sits out front. Omaha rings one off the post. Omaha trying to take an early lead here. Berzinch without his stick at the moment. Omaha kind of kicks that one around as Elias, the captain, hands it off. The Caps able to clear out towards neutral ice. Cheslock right back in, though, for the Lancers. Backhanded into the far side corner. Elias pokes it, and the Capitals trying just to slow things down. They chip it. Will it go all the way down? I think it'll probably catch an edge before. Sure enough, it does. Icing waved off. 4.5 into period number 1. Omaha with all the momentum thus far, but the Capitals will get called with a too many men penalty as Omaha to their first power play of the night. As Jack Brandt hopped over a little too soon for Madison. As it sends Omaha to their first power play of the night. Penalty kill, of course, brought to you by Quick Kill. As the kill for Madison. Back here as 15-12 remains, on that little time delay. Delaney will go to serve the minor penalty as it's brought back up ice by Stupka. Towards the middle it goes for a moment as it's sent into the near side wall. As quickly it's back the other way. On possession, Kostis, but it's the Capitals able to kill some time off. Penalty kill on the season for Madison, 84.8%. For Omaha on the other side, power play percentage of just 12.9%, 13th here in the league this season. As I apologize for anybody at home hearing our camera operator. We had the same line for a moment. As on that far side, it's Deputy on that far side half wall, getting it up top for Slice. Slice to the middle for Cheslock, chicked away there by Berzinch, able to recover his Slice on the top of the far side. Near side now it comes for De La Sala. De La Sala switches spots with him. De La Sala shoots that one as it pops up high off the apron. Finn Brink able to settle it down. He'll relay it down the end of the ice. 40 to go here on the power play. Delaney serving the too many men minor penalty as Cheslock picks up and will start that far side wall. Cheslock through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Slides, rings one off the side of the cage. Cheslock gets it back in the near side corner. Taken over there by the Caps. Charlie Michaud able to send it all the way down. 20 seconds to go on the kill. Pierre, near side now for Kroll. Kroll to the near side for Jones once again on the half wall towards the middle. It's behind Pierre. He had to kick it forward, able to relay it along to Kibioya. Kibioya to Slice on the far side with 5 to go on the power play. Madison looks to have killed off the first Omaha man advantage of the night. Sure enough, they have 1 for 1 on the kill are the Caps. Not done with this rush, though, as Delaney quickly out of the box gets things moving forward as the Capitals will have to regroup some lines here. Up that far side now comes Barloghi. Barloghi scored in game 1 for Madison, has not scored since. Nagel tries to take that puck away. Nagel with a pair of goals, pair of points in each of his last 2 games. Leads the Caps with points this season with 14. 8 goals, 6 assists, 14 points, if you want to do the math there. Toby thought about passing it to that far side to Kuzma. Instead takes it up himself. Near side to Brnovic, who sends it down the rest of the way. Yegorov went after it. Instead it goes to Delaney. Now Kuzma tries to feed it up top as it's held in. Kuzma plays it to the near side now for Brnovic. Brnovic looking for Delaney. Has him out front. Delaney shot off the right pad of Yegorov. Delaney gets it back. Kuzma with a shot. Rings it off the post, I think, on that far side. Toby will hold in. 12:28 to go. Caps on the prowl offensively. A shot's blocked, and that'll end it for that rush for Madison. Up that far side, it's Conway. Acquired via trade in that Chris Romaine deal as future considerations from the Gamblers. Is Cheslock down low now into the corner for Conway. Conway from a sharp angle rings it off the post. Gets it back, feeds it up top for Cheslock. Towards the middle, Delaney takes over. Numbers for Madison. Kuzma into the offensive zone trying to get around Cheslock. Cheslock slows him down but doesn't avoid that shot attempt. I think Omaha will be all right with that shot, though, as it comes back the other way on the stick of number 41, that's Sam Sheets. Shot goes in, and a player goes into the net for Madison. That's Colton Jamieson. He gets back up, though. No puck goes in. I don't think the Caps will worry about it on that side. The Caps should worry about this start to the game, though. Bit slow. Maybe that penalty kill will give them the momentum they need as they've had a couple of chances into the offensive zone since. Brink's taken down to the ice and still just kind of held down there for a moment as the Caps get possession back. Brink on the far side gets it up top to Jamieson. Jamieson looking for his first point of the season. Jumps up over the glass into the netting for a whistle. 11:17 to go. Period number 1. 0-0 our score. Capitals going at it here tonight with the Omaha Lancers. As we've reached media timeout number 1 for our folks on our YouTube radio stream. We'll send it to a quick break. We'll keep it here. Slam it home. Steele We welcome back in our folks on our YouTube stream. We appreciate you joining us here this evening. Apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. As on the near side, it'll be to the right of Yegorov in net. Rullers, Brink, as well as Uhlenkamp. Jamieson and Henry join him on the back end as Rullers trying to poke out Stupka from winning that draw. Sure enough, he does. Uhlenkamp to the far side now for Henry. Henry to the near now for Jamieson. Jamieson looking for options to feed it. Instead takes it down into the corner where Brink awaits on that far side. Henry up top, holds. Near side for Jamieson once again. Shot towards the net, wide the whole way. Brink picks up off the end wall. Henry, shot towards the goal. Deflects up and out of play. Whistle, 10:57 to go. Period number 1. Scoreless between these two sides still as a face-off set to come on that far side to the left of Yegorov in net. It'll be Lamb, Hong, and Brandt for Madison, listed as the second line tonight. Started things off for Madison as well. Elias and Michaud join him on the back end. Nice crowd for a Friday night here in Madison. Is bigger crowd expected tomorrow. Military Appreciation Night. Tickets still available, but not very many of them. Presented by Alliant Power in support of Badger Honor Flight. Big night, as well as our jersey auction that we'll be running. Those jerseys, the profits going towards Badger Honor Flight as well. Up top for Michaud. Michaud looking for options down to the near side now for Brandt. Brandt looking to feed it to Hong. Instead, he wraps around to the far side. Up top now for Elias. Near side Michaud. Michaud off the end wall. Comes back towards the net. Instead, it's tied up for a moment by the Lancers. Hong tries to ring it around to that far side, but instead it slides, sending it all the way down. Icing on the Lancers upcoming. Michaud not happy with Aaron McCrary, the linesman's call on that one. Rather, that's not McCrary, that's Zach Bennett. Either way, it's the call, so a faceoff will come back inside the defensive zone to the left of Yegorov in net. Elger and his unit have to remain for Omaha. Madison, Porter, Rice, Long, Felicio, and Toby. Quick shot from Long comes to the near side off the stick of Yegorov. Omaha tries to clear. Madison holds the zone. Felicio bullied off the puck as Elger comes back the other way. A couple of Lancers able to change. The rest will join as Madison starts the breakout and regroups through neutral ice. Rice up the near side into the offensive zone. Had it poked away for a moment. Left it there for Long as Kibioya tries to get around Felicio. He's unable to at first. The second effort comes in from Nick Pierre. Pierre probably has fond memories of Cap Ice. Won a Clark Cup championship here with the Sioux City Musketeers just a couple of years back in the final, taking down the Capitals, as Hong avoids a big hit there from Kusler as it gets Omaha possession back. Kusler up that far side. Toby will go get it. He'll chip it up that wall where waiting for it's Porter. Porter, bullied by a couple of former teammates, gives up possession as it comes back into the defensive zone where Will Felicio starts up ice. Cheslak went to play the body. Kuzma lost possession in the process. Omaha starts up that far side. No icing as Pierre got a piece of it. Henry will go back for Madison to start the rush up ice. Toby there for a second. Now Bernovic into the offensive zone. Has Kuzma with him. Near side, Kuzma with a shot. Just goes wide, and Bernovic's taken down to the ice. No call will come as the goaltender stick in the corner. As Delaney able to keep that puck in the zone. Delaney gets it back out front for Bernovic. Bernovic thought about just sending it with the backhand into the corner. As now back on the defensive zone, it's Henry getting things moving forward. Yegorov waiting to go get possession of his stick. He'll go now as the net vacant down on the other end. Yegorov makes his way back to the cage. Nice play there by the goaltender and waited that timing out perfectly. Far side, Bernovic into the offensive zone. A bit too far in front of him was that feed from Kuzma as Bernovic used his big body to stick in front of himself and keep that puck in front at the same time. 12 minutes into period number one. Scoreless, a shot from De La Sala sent into the corner on that far side by Henry. Near side, De La Sala has possession for a moment. Sent up into the wall. Therefore, it is number 27. That's Justin Stupka. As Stupka has it taken away as the Caps will start back the other side. Cheslak down in the near side corner. To the near side it comes there for Campbell. Campbell, one of 5 defensemen in the lineup tonight. A late scratch is Matteo Picazzi. As into the offensive zone, the Omaha Lancers join the Caps for a moment. Berzins gets hit. Berzins taken down. A penalty will be coming on the Lancers out front. A chance, and Max Nagel's going to want that one back. I think goaltender interference upcoming on Kosis, as Andy Brandt not liking the no call from the referee standing right in front of the play. Kosis is heading to the box. I believe goaltender interference, the call, no, tripping the call. As that sends Madison to the power play for the first time tonight. 16.1% on the season. Good enough for 9th place in the USHL. 12th best penalty kill on the other side. As the faceoff will come on the near side. Caps power play number 1 onto the ice. Brink Hong, as well as Brandt and Felicio, joined by Kuzma out there. Faceoff won by Omaha, cleared the length of the ice as Berzins will play beneath the goal line, back to that far side to Kuzma. Kuzma over to the near side as Felicio leaves it there for a moment for Brandt. It's taken away by Kusler as Kusler plays it down into the defensive zone of the Caps. Not a very clean breakout attempt there by Madison as they'll start up ice now. Drop back for Kuzma. Kuzma to the near side for Brandt into the offensive zone. Brandt rings it around the wall to the far side. Waiting for it there is Maritati. Maritati gets it to a buddy who sends it down ice. 35 into the power play. Madison already wanting a line change As Brandt into the offensive zone, the only one to make that change was Finn Brink. Down in the corner, James Hong taken down, or rather that's Brink down there. Hong was the one that made the change. Up the near side, Maritati will decide to just start up ice on his own. Pierre up ahead has it rainbowed to him. Berzine chaps on top of it. Halfway through the man advantage, Omaha has had the better chances as a faceoff will come in the defensive end here in a moment. Unit number 2 hops onto the ice. Nagel, Henry, Delaney, Rollers, and Bernovic for the Caps will have to start in their defensive end. As Berzine having a conversation with Kyle McCauley. McCauley was the referee that was standing right behind him when that tripping call came. Eric Arago, the one who called it, the far side referee. As the faceoff won back by the Capitals, they start up that far side wall. Austin Bernovic surveys the ice surface and takes it in himself to the far side to Nagel. Down low, Bernovic throws on the brakes, feeds it towards himself, powers his way towards the goal. Puck still loose for a moment. Hopped on top of by Yegorov, who holds for a whistle. 45 to go on the power play for Madison. Offensive zone draw to the left of Yegorov on the far side of your Flow Hockey screen here to follow. What a night for hockey. Capitals, on paper, the favorite in this game, but of course any game in this league can go any way. The faceoff one back. Delaney to the far side now for Henry down that far side half wall to Bernovic. Henry plays it right back to him. Bernovic across now for Delaney. Has it on an edge for a moment. Down low goes for Nagel. Back to Delaney up top for Henry. Henry to Bernovic on the far side. Bernovic feeds it. Henry whiffs on it. And Omaha had a chance to go shorthanded down the other side as Delaney gets it to the far side to Bernovic as the Caps start right back up. Rollers into the offensive zone, drops there for Nagel. Nagel looking for options here. Had Delaney back door, instead feeds it down low to Rollers. Rollers to Delaney, and it's going to be able to be cleared by Omaha. Capitals right back into the offensive zone. It's Bernovic towards the middle, leaves there for Delaney. 2 seconds to go on the power play. In the corner it goes. Capitals no longer on the power play, but Delaney with a shot. Glove there for a moment, pops up in the air as Omaha back at full strength. 0 for 1 on the man advantage are the Capitals as Henry all the way down gets to that far side for Bernovic. Out there for the penalty kill or power play for Madison. For the kill, it was Deputy who's back out there fresh off the bench as it's Bernovic up that far side wall. They'll try to get things moving forward into the offensive zone. It comes Sam Rice with a shot. It blocked into the corner for a second. A shot deflected there. Out towards neutral ice it comes. Charlie Michaud on possession with under 5 to go in period number 1. Michaud tried to feed it to the far side. Instead, it's Berzine to Elias. Elias off the end wall to Michaud. Michaud picks up his head, surveys things as he moves forward. Michaud hooked along the way. A penalty will be coming on the Omaha Lancers as the Capitals can give way to an extra attacker 6-on-5 as it's dropped back. Uhlenkamp through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. Uhlenkamp towards the net himself, feeds it out front. A chance, a shot blocked by an Omaha Lancer player. Elias tried to send it past Yegorov, hooking the call. Capitals to their second power play of the night. On that far side, it looks to be Slies heading to the box for the hook. Slies is going to be one of the better killers for this Omaha squad. As a face-off will be on the near side to the right of Yegorov in net. Rollers, Elias, Nagel, Delaney, and Bernovic for Madison. 2 minutes on the clock for Slides for hooking. The Caps hope that he doesn't have to serve all of that as the face-off is won back by Madison. Elias, far side, shot from Bernovic, blocked along the way. Elias will hold up that far side. Elias taking the spot of Jack Henry on this power play unit. Near side, Delaney looking for options, shot off that far side. Pad held there for a moment by Yegorov as Kibioya takes a stick out of Roller's hands. Roller's very calm, very cool, very collected. Just goes and picks it up. As the faceoff will be on the near side to the right of Yegorov in net. 1:48 still remains here on the power play for Madison. 3:58 in period number 1. Scoreless between these two sides this season. As The Capitals win the draw back. Delaney to the far side now for Elias. Elias winds, sends one towards the net, hits the glass, caroms out towards neutral ice as Chris Delaney will take it just outside their own defensive blue. Drops back Elias, near side into the offensive zone for Rullers. Ahead now, Nagel, out front, chance, sits there for a moment. Omaha's going to be able to clear. A nice job by Elias to hold in, and Rainers Rullers' buddy able to go over and get that one for him as well. Bernovic up top for Elias. Elias sees a lane he likes, but it rolls off the end of his stick. 1:14 to go on the power play. Caps will make a change as it comes all the way back for Berzinch as Felicio picks up and will start up ice. Felicio looking for options here into the offensive zone, takes it himself. Hong on that far side half wall has it taken away from him. Kuzma will hold. Down to that far side, it's Hong. Up top for Felicio, near side for Brandt. Brandt back up top, Felicio has Kuzma on the far side, thought about it, and will take the shot eventually. Hong able to carom the rebound into the corner as Felicio up top. Near side for Brandt, trying to hook back and gain some speed towards the net. Unable to hold the zone though, as the Capitals will have to regroup at neutral. Hong over to Felicio on the far side. A half a minute to go here on the man advantage as Brink starts up ice towards the middle. Intercepted. 23 to go as the Caps will have to start back inside their own defensive end. Under 2.5 to go, period number one. One last rush here on the man advantage as Felicio carries forward to Hong. Hong up that far side wall, throws on the brakes, gets it back up top for Felicio. Felicio, Hong on the top of the far side circle, down low. Kuzma looking for options, tried to feed it back door. Felicio on the near side, down low once again for Brandt. Not on the power play anymore, but the Capitals still in the offensive zone. Brandt, far side now for Felicio, able to hold. Kuzma on the far side, half wall down into the corner. Capitals will get a second defenseman out on the ice as the Capitals have to avoid the too many men call once again. Some sloppy changes by Madison this evening as Rice tried to drop back there for Jamison, unable to, but eventually does get it back to Barlagi. Rice ahead of the defense, there for Long, and you have to wonder if that pass was intended for Rice right away. As it comes to the near side half wall, Long comes away with possession, at least for a moment. You see the physicality that Omaha brings to a game as Uhlenkamp on possession now. Uhlenkamp sends one towards the net, deflected along the way by Rice, but it goes into the corner. Deputy intercepted along the way, at least for a moment. Gets his own miss back, though, as it'll be Omaha starting back up. Ice De La Sala into the zone offside are the Lancers, and Madison had a little rush coming back to the other side. As 1:09 remains, period number one. 0-0 still our score. Capitals 0 for 2 on the man advantage here in period number one thus far. The faceoff just outside their bench. Couple of power plays have really taken the Caps away from their lines here for a moment. As it's Rullers, Brink, and Nagel back together after serving on different power play units. Faceoff one back and sent down in deep. Berzinch will hold at least for a moment. He has to get back to his cage, though, as Omaha posed a threat. Jones towards the net, blocked along the way. Capitals have numbers back the other way. Nagel on the far side, back to Jamison. Jamison beneath the defense, at least for a moment. One of the Capitals were all up in the play offensively. Jamison still down there, but the puck comes away on the stick of Stupka. Ahead now is taken down as Kostis. A penalty will come on Madison. Max Nagel to the penalty box. This penalty will overhang if it gets to that point. As waiting for the call, tripping the call on Nagel, as that sends Omaha to their second power play of the night. There's a face-off down on that far side to the right. Actually, they want it on the near side. Sorry, Deputy waited till the very last second to decide that. Killers for the Caps, Long, Rice, Toby, and Michaud. On the other side, it's Deputy, Pierre, as well as De La Sala, Cheslock, and Slies. Face-off one back by the Caps. Sent down the length of the ice by good old Aiden Long. Scored short-handed on Sunday as the Capitals defeated the Youngstown Phantoms in overtime. Caps just sit 1 point back of this Phantom squad. They're not facing them tonight, but facing the Youngstown Phantoms tonight. Throughout the league, tonight is the Tri-City Storm. Youngstown up in period number 2. 3-2 they lead over Tri-City. Of course, the Omaha Lancers on the other side here tonight. Face off on the far side to the right of Patrick Berzinch. The warning given to Omaha, saying deputy got too close on that far side. Face off one back by Omaha nonetheless. Cheslock up top to the far side now for slides on top of the far side to the near side it comes for De La Salle. He'll switch spots with Cheslock to the far side now for Deputy. Deputy has it skip over his stick. Into the corner it goes. Rung around to the wall to the near side for Cheslock, who waits up top. 4 seconds to go. They send one towards the net, too. And a shot, and they score. 0.8 seconds to go in period number 1. Nick Pierre finds the scoreboard for Omaha. Cheslock with the assist as Omaha takes the 1-0 lead on the man advantage. 19:59 of period number 1. As the Capitals don't have to take that power play into the break, or penalty kill, I should say, but they do have to take a 1-0 deficit as Madison will head into period break number 1, trailing for the second time this season. 2 games in a row that Madison is trailed after 20 minutes of play. It was the Caps just hoping that Omaha was going to come out slow. That wasn't the case. Omaha with a great period number 1. Go through a quick scoring summary. It was Nick Pierre. That's it. 0.8 seconds a game ago. Scoring for Omaha, 19:59 of period number 1. Cheslock with the assist. I think I heard De La Salle with another assist on the play. As that'll do it for our first period coverage. We'll have period number 2 for you on Flow Hockey after this. Stay tuned for our intermission report on YouTube. Slam it home. Steele scores! joining us here on Flow Hockey and on the Capitals Broadcast Network on YouTube as we're back underway. Omaha wearing the orange jerseys, head right to left, icing on the Lancers just 10 seconds in. Give the Caps an offensive zone draw. 16-7 shots on goal through period number 1 in favor of the visiting Lancers. It's something the Capitals have struggled with at points this season. Giving up a big period. Now, I say struggle, but the Capitals really haven't done that a lot this season. Only twice now have the Capitals taken a trailing score into intermission number 1. Of course, the last 2 games, Capitals were able to come back in that one against Youngstown on Sunday. Hopefully able to come back and win in regulation here tonight. Doesn't matter as much if you win in regulation or overtime against the Western Conference opponent here in Omaha as a shot comes towards the net. Kroll's shot deflected along the way by Kostis. Back up top, a shot, rebound sits there. Berzins kicks it into the corner as Stupka up that far side wall. Madison able to chip that one towards neutral ice as Cheslak regroups and starts back the other way for the Lancers. Cheslak into the offensive zone, near side now for Stupka. Backhanded towards the slot, no one home. De La Salle on the far side retrieves. Capitals back the other way. Brnovic to Delaney, back to Brnovic. Tried to feed it to the near side. Capitals in the midst of a change, so Kuzma had to wait for James Hong to hop over the wall. Tipped down in deep. Capitals back on the defense once again. Barlagi sent into the ice surface. Delaney steps off the wall, chips it along there for Brnovic. Brnovic throws on the brakes once he gets into the offensive zone. Just ties the puck up against the wall. And Omaha goes in and digs that one out. Comes up the near side. Maratahi gets it all the way back down the other side as the Capitals trail 1-0 here in this one. Up the near side, Omaha able to control for a moment as the Capitals look to get something going back the other way. Instead, it sits out front for a moment as Jack Henry will come back the other way on the stick of a Capital. It's Brnovic moving forward. Near side, Delaney. Forward now for Kuzma. Towards the slot, Delaney gets it back to Kuzma. Up top, it goes there for Michaud. Michaud's shot blocked along the way, but Brnovic holds. Kuzma on the near side, a shot. Yegorov doesn't know where it's at, and it's in the feet that time of Delaney. He gets into the corner now for Kuzma. Up top, Henry back to Kuzma on the half wall. He loses possession. Omaha able to chip it out. Pierre, the goal scorer of the game, into the offensive zone. Deputy, far side, tried to get it, breaks his stick, holds onto it for too long. Penalty on David Deputy as the Capitals will head to the power play. Held onto it for too long. As I don't know the signal for that one or what the official call is, but that sends the Capitals to their 3rd power play of the night. Didn't know his stick was broken apparently. As Madison towards the offensive end, they're going to get a stick for Deputy, who serves a penalty on that far side. Madison to power play number 3, as I mentioned, came into the weekend 9th in the league, 16.1%. And this first unit was a big reason why. Andrew Kuzma with 3 goals, Brink with the other one on this unit. 4 of the 5 power play goals coming from this unit. Near side, Kuzma has it on the top of the near side. Shot, scores! Andrew Kuzma ties this up at 6 seconds into the man advantage. Power play goal number 4 on the season for Kuzma. Overall goal for Kuzma, number 6. 2.5 minutes into period number 2. Madison all square. One for 3 on the man advantage. Now just 6 seconds that power play took. As the faceoff was won back to him. As the faceoff is won back by the Caps, as they'll start things back over again. As on that far side, it was Felicio, I believe, with an assist. As Omaha back into the offensive zone, trying to start something, but Madison will try to start back the other way. On that far side, it was Felicio with an assist. So the Capitals defenseman there picks up point number 9 of the season, as Madison will start back the other way. on possession there for a moment. It was the Caps, but coming back the other side. Power play goal coming at the exact 2:30 mark of period number 2. As all tied at 1 aside. Is into the offensive zone now. Madison back on the attack. On that far side, Rellers chips it up into the glass. It doesn't get up into the netting. He kicks it out of the zone, but it allows Madison to keep possession. 3.5 into period number 1. Nagel sends it down in deep. Yegorov just beat by an Andrew Kuzma shot to the near side. Chips it out through the Lancers as it's Toby on possession. Toby to Jamison on the far side. Back to Toby on the near. Up the near side now for Rice into the offensive zone. Chips it there. Kicked by a defenseman in Cheslak. Played by Yegorov as Cheslak tries to play it out of the zone. Capitals hold at least for a moment as Aiden Long gets it back. It looked like at least instead it's back on the stick of a player there in Ryland Brady, recently acquired. And now Madison with numbers back the other way. Aiden Long in behind the defense. Sam Rice with a chance, and he scores! First USHL goal for Sam Rice gives Madison a 2-1 lead. Excellent play there, all the way from the back end. Long had the player ahead that time. And Rice as Madison able to take their first lead of the night. I believe Jamison with the assist, his first assist of the season, but Sam Rice, goal number 1 here with the Caps as Omaha back the other way. Near side. On possession there is Elger. Elger drops it for Deputy. Deputy took the penalty that gave Madison their first goal of the night. 6 seconds in as 15:31 remains here in period number 2. 2-1 our score. Madison in control. You see the Rice tip in. Sam Rice has been waiting for that one. 4th point of the year. Long points in back-to-back games. Previously his season had been bookended with points. Point in game number 1 for him back on September 22nd as Madison in the lead now 2-1 after goals from Rice and Kuzma. Nice turn of events there for the Caps as it's on possession on slides. Elger tries to backhand it towards the slot. Instead, Madison back the other way on the stick of Jack Henry. Near side, Lamb chips it forward into the offensive zone. It's Hong. Hong bullied up into the wall. And up the near side, it's Elias holding. Elias, the captain on the near side, half wall, feeds it back door, sits out front for a moment. Capitals score! It's Brendan Lamb! 3 goals in 2.5 minutes, and the Capitals lead 3-1. Goal number 2 of the season for Brendan Lamb. Assists on the goal are going to go to Elias and I believe Brandt. But here's the replay. Elias feeds it out front. Brandt couldn't figure it out, but you know who can? Brendan Lamb. Caps lead. Timeout, Omaha. As 5 minutes into period number 2, it's Madison with a 3-1 lead. You knew Madison had to have something in them. You had to have a response after that first period from Omaha, and that's exactly what you did. And you see David Wilkie on the Omaha bench giving it to his guys. You gave up 3 goals in 2.5 minutes. I think you deserve it at that point. But goals in period number 2 already for Madison. Kuzma on the power play from Felicio. Rice at even strength just a couple of minutes later from Long and Jamison. And then at the 5-minute mark, it's Brendan Lamb slamming home a rebound from Elias and Brandt to even extend the lead more at 3-1. Face-off to come at center ice. As you'll see that last goal from the overhead view, Brandt kicks it over to Brandt. His buddy slams it home. Brandt actually might have tipped that one in. Either way, it doesn't matter. Finds the back of the net. 5 minutes into period number 2. Capitals have a lot better outlook at this one than they did 5 minutes of gameplay ago, but you know, just as quickly as Madison was able to do it, Omaha could as well, so Madison has to keep that foot on the gas pedal at this point in the game. Kuzma back to Michaud. Michaud looking for options, his backhands it down in deep. Campbell and Brnovic will go in after it as Yegorov tried to play it up that far side wall, had to decide to go back the other way as Maritati up that far side wall, traded from Tri-City earlier this season. Icing on the Lancers, upcoming offensive zone draw to come to the right side of the goaltender, Yegorov, as Kuzma, Brnovic, Delaney, Felicio, and Toby for Madison. With some tired Lancers on the ice surface. Just 28 seconds of a shift, but still more than they've had in a little bit. Face-off to the right of Yegorov, as I've mentioned. The face-off won back by Omaha, but Madison's going to have a chance at possession. Delaney down low, tried to feed it out front for Brnovic, as now Maritati plays it up that far side and goes out towards neutral ice. Felicio there for a moment for Kuzma. Kuzma comes through neutral ice to the near side. Delaney slams it the rest of the way. Brnovic goes to that far side. Kuzma there as well, as Omaha is able to escape the zone with possession, at least for a moment, before Madison gets it right back at neutral ice. Brnovic spins off of an Omaha check from Kusler into the offensive zone. Kuzma leaves there for Delaney all the way down in deep, but it's quickly spun back by Omaha, back the other way. No icing as Felicio will go and play it. A nice play by Berzinch to beat his defenseman to it and backhand it around the net. Toby unable to exit the zone at first, but luckily him and Felicio able to slow things down a little bit. To the near side it comes. Porter fresh off the bench pokes it away. The Capitals with a new life here in period number 2. As into the offensive zone come the Caps, but it comes into the Caps bench for a moment. Face-off will head towards center ice. 13:31 to go, period number 2. 3-1 our score in favor of the Capitals. Madison thinks that this should stay inside the offensive zone. Personally, I think it probably comes to that bench right outside, but that face-off dot right outside the bench. Roller's chatting with Kyle McCauley. A familiar crew for this Madison squad. Names we've seen before. Zach Bennett, the only one that's not as familiar. The face-off will come just outside of the offensive zone for Madison, just outside the bench. That's what I kind of expected, but you didn't know until it happens. There's a face-off. Rollers, Porter, and Brink out there for Madison. Face-off won back by Omaha. They send it up that far side wall, deflecting it down in deep on that far side is Kosis, so Barlagi's the first one to it beneath the goal line. Up that far side, Brink doesn't have to touch it as Porter with the speed going after it. Cheslak's going to beat him there and play it over to his defensive partner, but the defensive partner with that pressure put on him, unable to do anything with it, is now Rollers gets possession back to Porter, but De La Salle will come back the other way. Kosis on the far side waiting for it, backhands it into the offensive zone. At least for a moment it looked that way as the Capitals counter back the other way. 12:56 to go, period number 2. 3-1 our score in favor of Madison. As the puck comes all the way down, Berzinch will play it off that far side wall. Kosis gets it for a moment as Jamison will start the rush back the other way. Jamison down into the offensive zone. Therefore it is Yegorov to the near side to Jones. Jones plays it off the end wall to his defensive partner in Cheslak, who will slow things down and start things up ice. Icing if it gets there, but it goes on net. Berzinch just corrals it and just pushes it into the corner where Jack Henry starts up for Madison. Long towards the offensive zone. Rice pushes him around a bit before Rice gets slammed to the surface as Jones will start back the other way. Jones into the offensive zone. Offside are the Lancers. 12:12 to go, period number 2. 3-1 our scores. A faceoff will come outside the defensive zone for Madison. Official ruling on those goals to start is Kuzma from Felicio and Brandt, Rice from Long and Jamison, and Lamb from Brandt and Elias. I think they nailed that. Can't beat that as Maritati sends this one down in deep after the faceoff's won to him. Berzinch plays up that far side wall, has to be careful, but Sheets has it go right over his stick, and Madison had it roll off the stick along. And Michaud plays it to the near side. Sheets put some pressure on Jack Henry, a nice job in theory, but wasn't able to complete the job as Madison all the way down into the offensive zone. Puck sits out front for a moment. Omaha kicks it around. Sheets on possession up that far side wall. Out towards neutral it comes. Will it be icing? If it gets there, sure enough it will be. No change allowed for the Lancers. No timeout to their name as well as a faceoff upcoming in the offensive zone here in a moment. Come explore our unmatched selection of high-quality products at everyday low prices and see how easy creating the space to match your taste can be. Discover your new Floor & Decor, now open in Monona and online at flooranddecor.com. Thanks to Floor & Decor for being proud supporters of the Madison Capitals. Face off in the offensive zone on that far side to the right of Yegorov in net. Puck dropped. Omaha delayed wins that one as it comes back. Elias with a race to it on the near side. Takes the nice route there against Brady as Madison plays it off the end wall. Felicio towards the middle, and Brandt continues it into the offensive zone. It looked like, at least for a moment, Brandon Lamb on that far side. Sorry, I got caught up. Brendan Lamb had Brandt and Brendan Lamb at the same time. Brandon Lamb came out of my mouth, and of course, Brendan Lamb, the player there who centers the puck forward for Madison. Hong, Felicio on the far side, throws on the brakes at the half. Schmarks and throws one towards the net. We've reached our immediate timeout. 11:04 remains here in period number 2. 3-1 our score. As we have a fun game here in arena. As the face-off will be in the offensive zone when we have it. As face-off will be in the offensive zone. 11:04 to go, period number 2.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. There we go. Mike's your winner tonight. Nice job, guys.
As 11:04 remains, period number 2. 3-1 our score. Goals in period number 2. It's Kuzma on the power play. Rice at even strength just a couple of moments later, and then Brendan Lamb 2.5 minutes after that first goal. A 2.5-minute stretch that Madison really needed in this game. As 11:04 remains, period number 2. Faceoff will be on that far side to the right of the goaltender, Mikhail Yegorov. Yegorov, one of 2 players on this Omaha squad, also 2 on Madison, to be named to the NHL Central Scouting Player to Watch list. Listed as a W, which means a late-round draft pick, but still pretty good. Played in the last 3 games for this Omaha squad. 9-1-1 save percentage in that span. He had 1 appearance towards the beginning of the season. I think his 2nd appearance with the team this year as this one pops out of play. And we'll redo it in the offensive zone once again. He had 1 appearance where he had 40 seconds, 1 shot on, 1 goal. David Wilkie had enough of it. They pulled him. He was also in relief in that game too, so shows how times were going at one point for Omaha. They seem to have turned it around. At least the scores were getting closer, and that's all you can ask for. You get closer and closer, and I think that there is good hockey by this team in front of them. It's just getting to that point if you're the Lancers and bridging the gap between and pushing your way up the standings. They're only 6 points back at this point of 6th place, which is a playoff spot. So it's not like they're out of it by any means. I mean, you look in the Eastern Conference, and 7 points separate last place from 6th place, and that's the one good part about 75% of the teams making the playoffs. It's going to be a battle all year, and it comes down to a couple of weeks of best-of-3 series, best-of-5 series. And that's what was so disappointing about Madison's season last year. You come off of the high of winning the conference, and then you come out with the performance that they did. And rightfully, the Capitals made a change behind the bench, and so far, so good. Off to the best start in franchise history through 10 games, now 11, 16 points, 7-2-2 record, only 4 points back of first. Faced off one back so cleanly by Rullers that Jamison has to take it out towards neutral ice because he just wasn't able to get it beforehand. As all the way back, Campbell plays it up the near side wall. Toby holds the line for a moment, and the Capitals will go put some pressure on. Cheslock will play some cool, calm, and collected hockey down to the corner. Now it goes for Brink. Brink tries to feed it out front. Toby has a jump over his stick as the Capitals regroup. Up that far side wall, Madison tries to enter the zone, and they had a 3-on-1, did Omaha, but they took their sweet time getting to it. Kivioya has rebounds sent towards goaltender Berzinch. Elger was the one trying to do it, unable to as a face-off. will find its way in the defensive zone for Madison. That far side to the left of Berzinch net. Rice to take the draw. As it's one back, intercepted for a moment. Now Uhlenkamp, a nice job by Jones to recover on that one. Jones had kind of butchered that, almost gave possession in a 2-on-1 to Madison where he was caught flat-footed. His defensive partner was there, but Jones with the stick able to keep it. Now Omaha with a chance offensively, sends one towards Berzinch, who will hold for a whistle. 9:35 to go. Period number 2, 3-1 our scores. The face-off in the offensive zone for the Lancers. It'll be on that far side to the left of Berzinch in net. Hong to take the draw. Elger still out there, and this is a line that Wilkie's relied a lot upon behind that Omaha bench. Wilkie, of course, the head coach and GM in his 6th total season with the Lancers, as Hong brings it behind the net, looking for options, gets it up top to Henry. Henry tries to funnel it towards the net, deflects up and out of play, face-off will remain inside. I mentioned that Wilkie in his 6th season with Omaha, 2nd consecutive season, had a couple of year break in the middle there, was just the head coach at that point, comes back in a full-time head coach and GM role. Active so far with acquisitions. I mean, you look up and down the lineup, Maritati, Kostis, Della Sala, Brady. I mean, you look up and down this lineup and you see players who have been acquired, and you have to try to mix things up, don't get me wrong. As the puck chips all the way out towards neutral, where Madison looking to make sure that ref's hand stays down. Would have been an interference call on Barlagi on the far side, deflected down in deep, icing on Omaha. Omaha thought they got a piece of it. Instead, it's an offensive zone draw for Madison to come. 9 minutes to go here in period number 2. 8:56 to be exact, but under 9. As the Caps will throw out their top unit offensively. And with them, it's Barlagi and Henry. Henry and Barlagi have been together a lot this season defensively. And you look back to game number 1, they had 3 points combined between the two. Recently, though, it's been only 1 point since that time. So 10 games played since then for both of them. Both of them in the lineup every game. So maybe not the offensive duo that you might have thought. Delaney drops back. Bernovic with a shot. Rebound sits there. Delaney wrap around and he scores. Chris Delaney extends the lead to 4-1. Bernovic with the assist on the goal. Delaney wrap around, extends the Caps lead to 4-1. 11:20 into period number 2. Madison extending that lead. You see the above net view. Yegorov gets caught. Delaney already had some speed. Throws it in the back of the net. Madison can't ask for much more than that as they lead 4-1. Yegorov's night over. As coming in for this squad for Omaha is Jack Olson, St. Louis Park, Minnesota native. 0-2-0-0 record to his name, 5.86 save percentage. As the Capitals back to it towards the offensive end, they send it all the way down. Cheslock on possession as goes back inside the offensive zone. Cheslock on it for a moment, gets it to Kroll. Kroll up the near side to Pierre. Pierre loses possession for a moment to the far side now for Cheslock as the Capitals start back towards their defensive end. Omaha with a nice little 2-on-1 chance. Interference coming up on Omaha. That might be the game for Cheslock, to be honest with you. He got up high on him. Cheslock, make your way to the penalty box and maybe more. You had some head contact on that as well. Cheslock will be heading to the box. Kuzma down on that far side. Interference, the initial call. As interference is what you'd probably call, but you have to wonder how that's not more than that, as Kuzma slow to get up. As the Capitals head to power play number 4 on the night. They might head to... They might head to the monitor here, is my question. They just rule it interference. 2 minutes for interference. As Kuzma goes over and picks something up on that far side. Yeah, it was an elbow up to the face, it looked like on my replay. As a face-off on that far side. As the Capitals head to power play number 4 of the night. Chase Cheslak makes his way into the penalty box, the captain for this Omaha squad. You don't need him to start, though, as they send that right into the Capitals bench. 4 seconds in, they had a chance to clear it. They didn't take advantage of it. Yeah, Kuzma never had possession of that puck, and Cheslak throws an elbow at his head. Face-off is won back that time by Madison, as the power play able to set up offensively, at least for a moment. It looked like they were going to be able to. Nagel up that far side wall. Omaha able to chip it up. Nice high pressure penalty kill unit. Kusler, one of the killers there for Omaha, up the near side wall. Nagel chases after it, out of play. Omaha sent 2 pucks out of play that they could have sent down the length of the ice and killed some more penalty kill time. And instead, they've had offensive zone draw after offensive zone draw because of it. As a face-off to come on the near side, Capitals send out that second unit. Kuzma back out on the ice. As Hong, Brandt, Brink, and Felicio join him. Warning given to Omaha. You had to blame it on somebody there. I guess they took it out on Alexi Kibioya. There's a face-off won back by Madison with another chance to clear. And another time, that's the 3rd time on this kill that they've sent it either into the Madison bench or it hits the glass next to the Madison bench. I don't think any of them intentional because you're trying to kill more time, but something to smile at. Sure, Omaha's not smiling at it. 30 seconds into the man advantage, 3rd face-off inside their defensive zone because of just errant clearance attempts. As Madison able to slow this one down. Felicio looking for a shooting lane near side for Brandt. Brandt winds, sends one towards the net, sticked into the corner. Brandt gets it out that time, and it comes out of the zone. Hong fed it up to Felicio as Madison will start back up ice. Kuzma had it stuck in the feet that time of Brink, but gets it back. Kuzma towards the front. Hits a skate along the way. Kuzma up that far side wall to Brink. Brink up top now for Felicio. Felicio thought about getting it to Kuzma. Instead takes the shot himself, blockered up high. That's the first shot seen, I believe, by the new goaltender in Olsen. Hong leaves there for Brandt. Brandt looking for options on that far side half wall. Up top now for Kuzma. Near side for Felicio. Felicio to the far now for Brandt. Brandt looking for options. Down low for Brink. Feeds it out front. A chance for Hong, whiffed on. Kuzma thought about holding it, tried to with the glove. Instead, it comes out towards neutral. Capitals will regroup. Up that far side wall. Brandt leaves there for Hong. Hong into the offensive zone. Toe drags around. Backhand shot. And he scores! James Hong on the power play. Extends the lead to 5-1. Hong, I think, would take himself against any player on the league one-on-one. Toe drag, backhand. Jack Olsen had no chance. 5-1 Caps lead. 5 unanswered goals here in period number 2 from Madison. 13:20, time of that goal. Hong, I believe, from Brink and Kuzma. As a face-off won, we're going to run out of room here on the score sheet in period number 2. As the Caps, James Hong, back-to-back games with goals for him. Hadn't scored since game number 1. That's goal number 29 in his career here in game number 130 in his USHL career. As this one sent down in deep by Omaha. Toby goes in after it. He's taken down via loose stick there, but no call coming. I don't think one was warranted. Cheslock down low. Della Sala unable to do anything with it. Madison back up ice as Rice towards the middle. Uhlenkamp will backtrack for a moment and leaves there for Toby. Toby up the near side. Rice will deflect that one down in deep. Olsen went to play it and eventually will play it up that far side wall. Uhlenkamp was trying to play it, was waiting there for it to send it towards the net. Unable to get a hold of it until just now at neutral ice. He chips it around the Omaha defense. Uhlenkamp puts some pressure on Cheslock. Cheslock backhands it up the near side. Henry will pinch down and hold the zone, but he misses it. Henry taken down behind the play, and now it's a 3-on-3 back the other way with only one defenseman back for Madison. Barloggi plays it up that far side wall. Nagel regroups, gets it to the near side for Henry. Henry to the far side now for Rollers into the offensive zone. Sends a shot off, rather, it was just a dump in. Brink gets it back. Brink out front with a chance. Puck still alive there. Omaha able to clear up the near side wall. Brink had Rollers back door. Instead it slides, sending it into the far side corner. There for it for a moment is Stupka. Stupka unable to hold. Slides eventually does as it's sent into the corner. Madison tried to play it off the end wall. Puck kind of got caught up on an edge for a moment. Under 5 to go in period number 2. 5-1 our score as Jones will start the rush back the other way. Deputy flings this one up high into the air, hits the sky here, and Madison up into the rafters. As under 5 to go, period number 2. 5-1 the score. Face off on the far side to the right of the goaltender, Jack Olsen. As a face-off one back by Omaha. Kuzma to the near side now for Porter, who has it stuck in his feet. Rather, that was Hong, but Capitals do maintain possession. Brandt tried to send it out front for Hong. Didn't have him. Brandt, nice job on the back check. Recovers well as the rest of the Capitals join him in the defensive zone. Under 5 to go, period number 2. Clock hasn't started here as a whistle and a little tussle in the corner. Jack Brandt getting after it. Ethan Elias tied up down there as well. I didn't quite see what happened down there. Been told they've just been almost having a friendly altercation, catching up with one another. Elias jumps around the defenseman there, or rather the offensive attacker, and Elias gets buried up high by Cooper Conway. As you'll see it, Conway's already on top. I don't understand how Jack Brandt's the only one to go to the box out of this altercation. I think Cooper Conway probably should have went as well. And I wonder if the score was a little different, if it would changed much, but I don't think it would. As I believe Cooper Conway should have headed to the penalty box as well, at least from the angle I was receiving there. As a face-off, I believe, will come in the defensive zone as Madison to the penalty kill. After all that, Elias got hit up high. Face-off will be in the defensive zone to the right of Bearzins in net. Jack Brandt just defending his teammate. I have no problem with that whatsoever. And as a face-off on the near side, Madison trying to kill off the penalty. Face-off one back, chance to clear. They'll take advantage of it. Start off the penalty kill, the quick kill, pest control penalty kill by sending it all the way down inside the defensive zone. A player Deputy loses a wheel as Pierre on the near side sends it to the far. As Deputy right back to his feet, rings it around the wall. Bearzins gets possession to the far side for Barloggi. Barloggi has some pressure on him. He'll try to chip it out. Lamb will continue it the rest of the way. 30 seconds into this kill for Madison, and I don't know if you could have asked for it to go much better. Knock on wood there, folks at home, because I didn't want to jinx anything, but Cheslock will start the rush up ice. Cheslock into the offensive zone, sends it up the near side wall to Slies. Slies steps down into the corner, drops there for Cheslock once again to the far side now. Cheslock up top, shot, rebound sits out front. Capitals try to clear, Deputy holds. Slies on the top of the near side circle, halfway through this power play. Turns back towards net, up top Cheslock. The Devils draft pick sends one off the shoulder of Berzinch as Cheslock on that far side gets it back up top for Slies. Into the corner, Deputy has his pass intercepted. Sam Rice sends it the length of the ice. Capitals on the kill here as Olsen will go to play it. In a game where Olsen didn't think he was going to touch the ice. He's out there here in period number 2. 5 unanswered, one of them against the goaltender Olsen. As into the offensive zone now come the Lancers. Kosis had it intercepted. Capitals will put some pressure on right away and force not Yegorov, Olsen to play it off that far side wall. It bounces off of a stanchion right to the stick, that time of a Lancer. Capitals able to take over once again. Try to clear it the length of the ice with 10 seconds to go. Omaha has one last rush in him. Stupka, though, takes his time. And 7 seconds in, Berzinch tries to slow it down, but therefore it is Kivioya turned over. Madison will clear as Madison with an excellent kill. Omaha on the night 0 for 3, rather 1 for 3. I forgot they did score that first period goal. Their lone goal of the night on the power play with 8.8 seconds to go in period number 2. Is a puck down in the near side corner as Madison, the 5-1 lead. Delaney drops back for a moment off that end wall. It goes to Henry on the near side. Henry looking for options up the near side wall. Bernovic, I don't know if he got a piece of it. Turns out he didn't. Icing on the Caps, 2:13 to go, period number 2. 5-1 our score. As Madison take a draw on the far side to the left of Berzinch in net. Delaney, Bernovic, Kuzma, Michaud, Henry for Madison. On the other side, it's Kusler alongside Keeney, the extra forward, as well as Brady. On the back end, it's Cheslock and Jones. Jones up top just inside the defensive blue line that time. Puck still loose in front of the net. The Capitals find it, and they'll start up. Delaney throws on the break. Tries to center at that time for Bernovic. He does just that. Kuzma on the far side avoids the body once of Jones. Not able to do it the second time as it's sent up ice, up that far side wall, down in deep by Kusler. Berzinch plays it up that far side wall where Delaney starts back up. Under 2 to go, period number 2. Madison with 5 goals here in the period as Kuzma on possession, at least for a moment, as a stick lifted. Sam Sheets starts up ice. Sheets near side for Keeney. Keeney just inside the red line, all the way down in deep. Sheets on possession. Sheets has his stick lifted. Felicio back up, but it's held in by Maritati. Maritati, Kosis with a chance now. Stopped there, and Sheets went after it a little bit. Brink out front, with a couple of shoves with that left hand. Face off in the defensive end to follow for Madison. Face off on that far side to the left of Berzinch in net. Felicio, Brink, Nagel, Toby, and Rollers still remain for Madison. I don't think anything changed for Omaha either. As a face-off, hold them up, boys, rather. Bennett did not drop the puck, the linesman. As this time he does, Rollers wins it back. Felicio on that far side. Backhands it up the near side wall where Nagel was waiting for it. Should have went back for it almost as Toby had to battle for it. Rollers trips over an imaginary line there. And still Sheets in the offensive zone with 1 to go in the period for Omaha. Turns it over, and now Madison back the other way. Felicio off the end wall. Therefore, it's Nagel. Unable to get to it, though, as the Capitals trying to play that one forward. Instead, it's Omaha back the other way with 45. De La Sala into the offensive zone. in the corner before Madison able to take back over. It's Toby to the near side for Nagel. Nagel forward for Brink. Brink chips it around the defense. Brink in all alone. Backhands that one towards the goal. Taken down in the process. I don't think any call was warranted there, but he gets it back a shot. Karam's up high and stays in the field of play, but it hits that netting prior. 25.5 to go, period number 2. 5-1 our score in favor of Madison. As we'll take a look, here is McCauley taken out right in front of the camera there. Nice work there by our Rush Media crew here. Hong down in the near side corner to take the draw against Kusler. Hold him up, boys. Warning given to Madison on the draw. As the faceoff eventually won back by the Caps. Lamb with a shot. Rebound sat there. Unable to slam it home where Madison has into the offensive zone now is Kiviyoya. Kiviyoya towards the slot. Shot sat and held by Berzinch. 12.8 to go. Period number 2. 5-1 our score in favor of the Capitals. As goals in period number 2. I don't think intermission's long enough, so we'll start it with 12.8. Kuzma, Rice, Lamb, Delaney, Hong. For Madison here in the period. 2 of those on the power play, Hong and Kuzma's goal. There's 5 unanswered here in period number 2. Madison looking to take that 4-goal lead into intermission. As the faceoff tied up between the players for a moment. The penalty will be coming up on Omaha as the Caps do a power play. A slash, I believe the call. Kusler to the box. Caps power play 2 for 4 on the night. 3.7 remains in the period at the time of that penalty. As a face-off coming the offensive zone for Madison. 3.7, so you have to imagine this one's going to hang over a bit. As wondering what McCauley's talking with our PA announcer Rich about. Just getting a description of what's happening. As Brnovic and Kuzma, the last 2 out there for Madison. As Omaha kind of clueless that Kuzma's on the near side, ready to send one towards the goal. Face off this time, 1 back. Brnovic up top, sends one. Kuzma with a one-time shot at the buzzer. Goes wide. 5-1, Madison leads through 40 minutes of play here. They're tangled up out front. Nagel laughing a little bit as Kuzma's stick snaps. As Madison takes a 5-1 lead in a 156 power play into intermission number 2. That'll do it for our second period coverage. Madison with 5 unanswered. Kuzma, Rice, Lamb, Delaney, Hong take a 5-1 lead. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with period number 3. Unreal, thank you.
Dear first place, how do you get to the top? When you see something you want, just keep on climbing. And don't let anything stand in your way. Yours, Tacoma.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR financing for 48 months on a tough new 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
towards neutral ice. Toby backhands it to the near side for Barloghi. Barloghi thinking about different options here as it turns back the other way. On possession, at least for a moment, were the Capitals trying to chip things out of the zone, and